your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back with some woo child news. This is a brand new segment to my channel where we talk about hot topics. I'm going to give you the quick, fast, easy version of the topic, and then I may have a live show where I will combine the topics with the panel. So, anyway, let's get into this. Russell Simmons, his daughters speak out against their dad against snubbing him on Father's Day with Kimora Lee Simmons tributes. And this was reported, of course, on Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Russell Simmons' daughters, Ming Lee and Aoki Lee, chose to celebrate their mom, Kimora Lee Simmons, instead of their dad on Father's Day, leading to a messy back and forth for the family. Happy Father's Day, Ming Lee, 23, wrote via her Instagram story on Sunday, June 19th, alongside a throwback photo of her and her mom, 48, walking down a runway during a baby fat fashion show. Following his daughter Following his daughter's not so subtle diss, Simmons, 65, took to social media to share a cryptic message that implied that Kimora was the reason behind his strained relationship with his girls. Stop telling fathers they should have fought harder to see their children and start asking mothers why he had to fight at all, the message read. On Monday, June 19th, Aoki Lee, 20, responded to Russell's post by releasing a series of heated text messages between her and her father the day before. She also shared an emotional video explaining the drama on her Instagram page. My father is not well. For years, he's needed help, and he won't accept that he refuses to acknowledge he is not himself, she captioned the emotional clip. He has threatened and bullied my sister, my grandma, and he has harassed my grandmother in the middle of the night in poor health and sent a man to my sister's apartment at 2 a.m. to scare her. He lashes out at anyone who does not say, "Oh, Russell, everything is fine." Well, everything is not fine, she says. Aoki went on to claim that Def Jam co-founder threatened her career by saying she would never get a fashion job again if she spoke out. She also alleged that her father said that no one would believe if she came forward about his alleged behavior. The model also posted a video of a screen recording of a video call with Russell, who was visibly upset and getting emotional. The clip had no sound. This is not someone who will accept help, she penned. This is just one screen recording. Sorry, I don't always remember to press record when he calls my friends, my boyfriend, or anyone to get a chance to threaten and curse and go crazy. Kimora, for her part, stood by her daughter's side throughout the drama and shared the clips and messages on her respective social media. I'm sorry to have to do this, but this man has been threatening my kids' lives, she wrote on her Instagram story. I'm hearing so much more now. We won't be bullied, threatened, or afraid. Who gives a F? Kimora and Russell wed in 1998 and called it quits in 2009 after nearly a decade of marriage. The Baby Fat founder is also the mother of son Kenzo, 13, with ex Jaimon Hansu, and sons Gary, 13, and Wolf, 8, with husband Tim Lesnar. In May 2020, Kimora opened up to Us Weekly about her co-parenting dynamic with her ex-husband. He is not even near me right now, sadly, but usually I'm kind of in the captain's chair when it comes to the parenting of all of our children, she explained. I'm the one that's usually in the captain's seat, and then everybody kind of defers to me. And yes, that is the article from US Weekly regarding a synopsis of the beef. Um, I do have some clips here. I want you to kind of hear a snippet of Kimora. I want you to hear and see how distraught Aoki was. Um, and Aoki is the baby. She is the 20-year-old baby. Ming, she's the one who got Russell upset about this whole turn of events by doing the post on Father's Day and tributing it to her mom. So Kimora jumped in when Aoki was getting upset. And so this is how it played out, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Feel better if something was severely wrong, because this is just not the father that I know or the father that I've had. You know, like, to this day, I would never let a man talk any kind of way to me because my dad was always good to me. And then he just completely changed. So I just want to include that it could be that, and I don't know his mental situation, but like, he used to do kind of crazy stuff, and then say he had COVID, so we'd all call him, or if we'd say, hey, I need some space because all you do is tell me how awful I am and how I have my mom's awful, shitty, bitch ass cunt genetics. So, hey, look, I'm in school, and can you not harass me when I'm in school? He wasn't paying for school, by the way. Can you not harass me?
his life too much, and so I stepped in there to help adopt and raise that. So you guys know my kids. My kids have worked at the UN. My kids are ambassadors of the world. My kids speak multiple languages. Like I said, my youngest daughter is the youngest kid to graduate in recent history from an Ivy League school. You know, I'm a little upset, so I know I'm probably rambling and leaving out parts and jumping all over the place. I'm sorry. Y'all can hang up. I love you. I know everybody's going to be calling me later. But you all know for sure that my kids are not brainwashed. So I thought that was crazy that people actually started to believe that, because I could see the messages and the comments and, oh, sorry. And sometimes people just want to have something to say, and I understand that too. So today, the whole topic, and I thought about people, all my friends in the industry, and who I could call and what media people I could talk to about this, and who do I go to talk about this. And I thought about this all the time, but I never really have, the right person, and it's never really come to me. So I just thought I'd turn on my thing here and say this. But for someone to imply that my kids are brainwashed because they honored the job or the duty that their mom fulfills on a daily basis, 365 days a year, 24/7, is crazy. No one's brainwashed. You guys can go and see, no one's delusional. Hold on one second. Wolfie, gadgets. But what was I saying? So you all know that my kids are not brainwashed. Those of you that know me here also know what kind of parent I am. I have been a parent pretty much all my life. I was a very young, probably too young, bride. So I had these kids very early. And you guys know how much my family means to me, and you know how much my kids mean to me, and you guys know, all of you that know me absolutely know what kind of mother I am and what kind of family dynamic I have over here. I think it's very important for you all to know. If you look back in our history, I have always been the type of co-parent. We were actually very famous for our co-parenting abilities, and how we always put the good face forward and the good foot forward to the world. So you guys know that. If you pay attention to the time frame of things, you will see that some years ago, recently, this ex in question brought a lawsuit against me and my family, a completely frivolous lawsuit, where he accused me of all kinds of crazy stuff like embezzling, laundering, defrauding, all these things. Again, everybody that knows me knows that nothing could be further from the truth. Clearly, I'm sitting right here in my home, right? There's no none of that. I didn't flee the country. I don't run. I don't have to hide from anybody. I didn't commit any atrocities that I need to answer for, here or in the next life, at the gates, wherever I'm going to get. I don't have to do that like some other people. So if you pay attention to, excuse me, I'm a little emotional, but I get like that. So do my kids. So sorry about that. But if you pay attention to when this lawsuit was launched, it's probably like a couple years ago, you'll notice that that's when all of these attacks started coming from my ex. You'll notice that that's when a barrage of crap started coming over here to us. You'll notice that the kids stopped kind of, over the past years, they stopped kind of seeing their dad as much. And also, again, I have 5 kids, so I've always been like, an open book. All my other kids consider Russell to be, considered him to be at one point in time like an uncle. We were all very close. And that goes for all my baby dads, by the way. There's evidence of that. You can see them, on various far and few between events, but you can see them sometimes like on the red carpet, and you'll see one person with all the kids, right? We get along like a family, like friends, like whatever. So you'll notice that all of this down talking and all of this stuff started to take a turn around these past couple of years, I think coinciding with that lawsuit. But I just want to come and say, and I never get into this. I usually let people go and rant and rave. It's funny though how this particular person in question, because I could go in on a few of them, one by one. But it's funny how this particular person, if you, again, go look back, you'll see on their page that they post all these pictures like we're together, like we're friends. They've even posted pictures and then said like, I just got off the phone with my kids. They sent me this great picture. None of that's true. I like receipts. So of course I have text messages. I have messages from all my kids. You can go and see. I think the bottom line, like probably the breaking point for all of this was over the past many months when their dad just sort of cut them off. He was contributing a little bit of cash to their like monthly, college spending, not much, a couple $100 probably, maybe $500, maybe a little more. Again, all these things can be, proven with receipts. I love receipts, so folks can always go and get receipts and show over the years. And so one day he just kind of cut the kids off. There was no more money coming in, no more like allowance, quote unquote allowance. I think he probably did that just to double up the expenses on me, which is no problem. I stepped up, I did it. But when he did this, it was around just before finals and graduation. It was some months ago, just before finals and graduation. And he did it without telling the kids or talking to the kids or anything. He did it, it's funny, after he did an interview with, I heard some clips from an interview with this young man. I don't know, but I see him a lot. I think his name is Academic or DJ Academic. Oh, happy Juneteenth, you guys. We're doing all this on Juneteenth. Come on, let it go, let it out. So I saw in that clip, that was some months ago too, you can go and reference it and find it, where he told this guy, he was on and on about this guy, and I think it was about old school hip hop heads and how you should honor them, which I believe you should. But he was saying to the guy, like, I'm so rich, I got this and I got that, and I'm this and that. None of that could be further from the truth. He has turned around, and then again, I have records and evidence of this where he's told the kids in writing, we have it, text messages, I'm broke, I this, I that, I can't, go get it from your mom. Now, meanwhile, I have been financially carrying this person probably for the last at least 10 years, myself and my ex-husband. Again, this is all proven with receipts, so if whatever, somebody doesn't like what I'm saying, we can talk about it, we can come, we can open up our receipts. I love it, I love receipts. But I've taken care of this person to the tune of many, many, many millions of dollars to help with their bills, their overhead, their companies that they run into the ground, their unsuccessful bids, all of their stuff. I don't necessarily speak for my kids, but I think I could take probably a good shot at it. They're sleeping right now because it's not even 8:30 in the morning. But my 2 oldest girls, they're young women. They're young women of the world. I think that was very tough for them that their dad like kind of cut them off and cut off conversation and cut off helping them. And he's even said things to them like, why did you go to college? You shouldn't have gone to college. You wasted that money. You could have saved it. While I'm up here trying to hustle the kids over the finish line, that was crazy. It's just been so many things that kind of negate what I'm trying to do over here in my house. Again, like I live in Beverly Hills, California. I go between New York and LA. People know how to find me. They know how to see me. I see people walking up and down the street all day, every day. I'm just not going to tolerate this from someone who's not on the streets walking around every day. They are like, I don't know, apparently like hiding under a rock someplace far away in another country. Again, these girls are adults. They are young adults. I typically try to be very friendly and amicable with all my baby daddies, whatever. But I think it comes a time when you guys have to ask yourself, why are these women, young women, not supportive or not really trying to hear that? Or what have they gone through? What have they seen that they, that has turned them off or that has put a bad taste in their mouth? We've seen a lot lately over the years. And I have literally stood by these people and this man all my life. And I just get so emotional when someone tries to attack my parenting or my family or my kids that have tried so hard. You know, you can see all the press that we've done, all the interviews that we've done. I mean, it's a community thing. These kids graduating from high school, I'm in college, high school too. And all my friends, you know, I say the same thing. It's every person knows here that has had graduates. I graduated from college only just recently in the past like 5 years. It's tough. You know, they're teenagers developing into young adults now. They have lived their whole life in the public eye, which I guess is a good thing and a bad thing, because it's good because you know my kids, you know my family, you know, and so I hope that the public can kind of decipher some of these things and some of this, you know, bullshit. But it's also bad because you grow up and, again, your stuff is in the public eye. You don't get to handle things that privately and discreetly, like other people may have a chance that are not in the public eye. So I'm very touched and emotional. I become very emotional. People always say, Kimora, you're such a boss. You're such a leader, but you're so emotional. I am. I am emotional. I will, you know, like snap in a heartbeat when it comes to my kids. I think everybody knows that. And so the fact that you would come at this point and try to attack my kids or my family is crazy. I'm very, very proud of my kids. I love them very much. And I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm tired of it. I literally woke up to this. I haven't had a chance to like get on the phone and call people and get the whole thing going and call publicists, call friends and do all that. I've gotten, you know, enough. So I think if you look at just some of the facts, this person was not present at graduation. Again, there was not one graduation. There were several graduation events, both for NYU and Harvard. You can look these things up. There's a schedule. They're, you know, public events. Anybody can come or get tickets or show up or be there. They're usually in auditoriums. NYU was at Yankee Stadium. One of the graduations, the other ones were at smaller venues and locations. One of ours was at the Beacon Theater. They're all over. The same for Harvard and Boston. You know, there's many different groups that graduate. So Yogi's like a classics major. It might be the classics group or the division of arts and science, or, you know, the law group, this group, that group. Everybody has a graduation in addition to the school as a whole, right? So my point of saying all this is that, hi, Renbex. Hi, you guys. The point of saying all this is that if you look, this person has not been to any events, did not come to graduation, you know, no, he wasn't particularly wanted, but no one stopped you, you know, hasn't sent a flower or a gift or a kind word, you know, cut the kids off when they were traveling around. Yoki was on a trip to Greece with the classics department. She didn't know that her little debit card or whatever wasn't working. That was a whole mess. And it's a lot. Again, you parents will know when you have kids that are in the middle of finals and studies and stuff like that, and stuff comes up and their things aren't going through and they're, you know, just dealing with this craziness. Hold on. I'm just trying to see what you guys are saying and I can't. So I just want to say I usually stay here and I try to be very supportive of my family. I try to be very supportive all the time of even my baby daddies. I've sat quietly through things and, you know, just because I'm a mom, I've tried to, you know, look the other way for things and turn the other cheek. And I don't know, I sometimes feel like some of those things come back to haunt you over time and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not really sure, but I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. Again, like I'm sitting here with my kids in my house. Easy to find me, not running, not hiding, not, you know, not doing any of that. And so to have these constant attacks is just kind of crazy.
Hey y'all, post editing diva is here. Uncle Russell Simmons has wrote a response to his girls. Love, God is testing you a bit. It's okay. Be strong. They're called growing pains. As you know, we grow through adversity and struggle. You read my books and heard me preach your whole life. your whole childhood. Reach back to the old lessons and remember. Smile and breathe. Smile and breathe. You are the watchers of this world, so let go. Be at ease. God is driving and working, and He is working on you. Deeply sorry for being frustrated and yelling. But know this, there are no conditions for sure. I love you guys more than I love myself. And then I look down and I see Fat Joe says, "This ain't none of our business." And I wrote on my social media today, this ain't none of our business is one of those code words for um, family business stay in the house. And whether it's abuse, neglect, trauma, or whatever, no, we're not doing that anymore. I'm sorry. We are not protecting our abusers anymore. We are letting go. Stop being conditioned to protect your abuser. Stand up. So, as for my commentary on said topic, one thing I do want to hint and bring to your attention is the words that was used, not only maybe to his victims, but to his daughter as well. "I will ruin your career. You will never work in the fashion industry again. Go ahead and say something. Who will they believe? They won't believe you. I'm Russell Simmons." That is the power dynamic that we speak of as women when we talk about SA and the power dynamics, whether it plays out in a marriage with an older husband and a younger wife, in a narcissistic relationship, a parental relationship dynamic where you see he is holding power over their heads. It is really, really sad that we still have people, women alike, defending Russell Simmons and all of the other men that are in the entertainment industry, knowing the our the great culture that it was back in those days. How the men were the gatekeepers and the women had to acquiesce to them. And so I never really understand for the life of me how women can always choose to blindly defend what is going on. Now, I do know that there are three sides to the story. I know he has his side. I am choosing to believe the victim side. I'm choosing to believe Kimora and Aoki and Ming. And yeah, and that whole post about ask the mother why he had to fight at all. Excuse me, Mr. Simmons. Mr. Simmons, who has fled the U.S. since 2017 when all of these SA allegations came to the forefront. Mr. Bali, we haven't seen you since. So, miss me with the bullshit. Russell, get your act together. Reverend Run, go get your brother and see what the hell is going on with him. And I'm praying for Aoki and Ming and Kimora. I hope they get the therapy and the help that they need. I hope Russell leaves them in peace. Let them go on with their lives. It looks like, he has pretty much cut them off. And by her going public, I don't see him doing too much more for her. Also, too, did you see him gaslighting her in her live, in her IG live? You could see him, Uncle Rush, keep popping up talking about, "I'm so sorry, I love you, I'm so sorry, I love you," all in the comments while she is crying and regurgitating the story, her experience, how she experienced her father and the things that he said to her. So anyway, I pray for the family. I hope they get over this narcissistic abuse and go on and be prosperous. We have a NYU graduate, we have a Harvard graduate. These girls are doing great without their father, and they will continue to do great. So I'm glad she came out and told her story. But you know what? You tell your story, they still gonna paint you as a liar. And that is why a lot of people in these situations don't do that, because they know that they're gonna get the brunt of it. Because they always take up for the man. They always take up for the man. Even if you see it with your own eyes, NK Sukiana and YK, whatever, Osukio or whatever his name is. I don't know this boy, but y'all seen him. And y'all are still making excuses for bad behavior. And I know when I take this stance, a lot of people are like, oh, that's anti-black. You can't be throwing your men, your men. Girl, forget them men. Them men ain't our men. They're not your men. They don't, you protect the ones that protect you. You take these celebrities off of this pedestal that you have them on. This worship that y'all have for celebrities and just black men in general, it's not anti-black to hold someone accountable. That is the problem with the black community now. There's no accountability. There's only coddling, and there's always demonizing of women. Coddling the boys and demonizing of women. Okay? So I want y'all to think about these biases, and I want you to think clearly about how we as a collective can get better if we don't understand and learn that this isn't healthy. In what world is this behavior healthy? Does it contribute to a healthy individual? Why would this person do this to this child, this young adult rather? But he's been doing it for years. We got Aoki, she's 20 and 23. Look, their frontal lobe ain't even all the way developed. But they are old enough to know what they're going through. They're being harassed at school. Their boyfriends are being called. Their classmates are being called. What in the world is going on? He's faking saying that he has COVID so that they can unblock him. And so they can call him, and he says, oh, I just was playing. I just wanted to let you know your mother is to see you next Tuesday. They don't like you talking about their mother like that. Their mother is the one that is present and that is doing everything for them. Okay? And don't let me get into how you groomed and got that underage girl. She was a sophomore in high school, Russell. And you were 32, 35 years old. Hello? Don't make me do it. Don't make me drag you all up from Bali to the US and back to Bali again. Get yourself together. All right, y'all. So that is my rant for today. Well, not for today, but on this subject. So if you have any commentary on my commentary, make sure you leave it down below. Who do you believe? Do you believe Aoki and Kimora and Ming, or are you Team Russell? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, support your answer. I'll get down in the comments with you. All right, you guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Nita, your favorite diva, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.